court case involving Stella Liebeck is true and is widely known because of its being the little old lady who got millions because of what seemed like a small incident. It is a 1994 product liability lawsuit that started with a debate in the U.S. over tort reform after a jury awarded $2.86 million to a woman who burned herself with hot coffee as she purchased it from fast food restaurant McDonald's. She spilled hot coffee on herself after the woman working at the drive-thru at McDonald's in Albuquerque, New Mexico, passed her the coffee. She was sitting in the passenger seat of her grandson's car. The spill caused severe burns over 6% of her body. She spent a week in the hospital, underwent several skin grafts, and ended up with permanent scarring on 15% of her body. According to the Washington State Trial Lawyer Association, Liebeck sued McDonald's only after the company refused to pay her medical expenses. A jury gave Stella Liebeck $160,000, but also fined McDonald's a punitive damage of $2.7 million. The judge later reduced the amount to $480,000, then McDonald's settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. Tort reform refers to proposed changes in the civil justice system that would reduce tort litigation or damages. Tort is a system for compensating wrongs and harm done by one party to another person, property, or other protected interests. Tort reform advocates focus on personal injury in particular. Since this incident, similar fabricated incidents have circulated the internet, even in the form of Stella Awards, which focus on the most outlandish lawsuits. However, a search for news stories about how each of these cases failed to turn up anything. In June 1998, a 19-year-old Carl Truman of Los Angeles, California, won $74,000 and medical expenses when his neighbor ran over his hand with a Honda Accord. Mr. Truman apparently did not notice there was someone at the wheel of his car when he was trying to steal his neighbor's hubcaps. A Philadelphia restaurant in 2000 was ordered to pay Amber Carson of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, $113,000 after she slipped on a soft drink and broke her coccyx. The beverage was on the floor because Miss Carson threw it at her boyfriend 30 seconds earlier during an argument. In December of 1997, Kara Walton of Claymont, Delaware, successfully sued the owner of a nightclub in a neighboring city when she fell from the bathroom window to the floor and knocked out her 2 front teeth. This incident occurred while Miss Walton was trying to sneak through the window in the ladies' room to avoid paying the $3.50 cover charge. She was awarded $12,000 in dental expenses. In November 2000, Mr. Granzik of Oklahoma City purchased a brand new 32-foot Winnebago motorhome. On his first trip home, having joined the freeway, he set the cruise control at 70 miles per hour and calmly left the driver's seat to go into the back and make himself a pot of coffee. Not surprisingly, the Winnebago left the freeway, crashed and overturned. Mr. Granzik sued Winnebago for not advising him in the handbook that he couldn't actually do this. He was awarded $1.7 million plus a new Winnebago. None of these cases are found to be completely true, but just the circulation of these stories through the news and the internet has inspired tort reform throughout the country. Tort reform has both its advocates and adversaries. Some find it plain wrong that the terminally clueless can be rewarded for their mistakes. However, some do have the legitimate right to sue for an appropriate amount, and we don't want to see corporations to run unchecked and turn out whatever dangerous products they please. In 1995, after George W. Bush was sworn in as governor of Texas, he convened a session of the legislature to tackle tort reform. And within weeks, bills were signed to limit punitive damages to $750,000, and it also made it easier for judges to impose sanctions on plaintiffs who file frivolous lawsuits.